Hey everyone, this is Jeannie Hall, Creative Empowerment Coach and author, and I'd like to share with you today one of the biggest causes of writer's block. And it's also a huge cause of procrastination, which also leads to writer's block. And what that is a little thing we like to call perfectionism. Because so many of us, especially if you're like an overachiever, which I was definitely that way. I was, an A-B student. I was an honors kid. I got an honors degree in college, and getting those certificates and those grades were super important to me growing up. And so if you're someone who kind of sees your worth in what you can achieve, then that make you really easily susceptible to perfectionism, because you tend to think that what you do isn't good enough unless it's perfect. The problem with that, of course, is that we're not perfect, not one of us, and everything we do, no matter how awesome it is, it's probably not going to be seen by everyone as perfect. And especially ourselves, because we're our own worst enemies, we're our own harshest critics. And because of that, it's really important to realize, especially if you're a writer or a creative person, that it is okay to not be perfect. In fact, it's required, because we are not perfect. And so to achieve what you're trying to do, to accomplish what you're actually setting out to do, whether that's completing a writing project, to get started, to come up with ideas, to not get interrupted in the middle of the flow of your work, to be more productive, all those types of things, is to allow yourself to do B level work. It doesn't have to be an A or an A plus or an A plus plus. That's impossible. And it's not realistic, because even if you try and do A-level work, we all have a lot going on in our lives from day to day. So if you try and always hit that super high level, what's probably going to happen is you're going to say, oh, that's not good enough, which kind of lends itself to, I'm not good enough. And then you've put all this pressure on yourself, and it stresses you out, and you feel like you can't do what you set out to do, so you just don't try. Or if you do try, you keep running into this resistance of, oh, I can't do it, I can't accomplish it, it's too hard. You drag your feet, you go to write and you don't want to go to write, or you go and sit down in that chair in front of your keyboard and then you struggle. So one of the biggest keys is to let yourself off the hook. Don't be a perfectionist. In our society, a lot of us have grown up believing that that's a positive. I did. I grew up, I would say that to employers. Well, I'm a perfectionist and da-da-da-da. That would be one of my pluses, one of my strengths that I would give them. And as I'm walking out here on this rainy day in Virginia, this Sunday, I just want to remind you, I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. No one on the planet is perfect, no matter what they say. And to expect that of yourself and your creation, your writing, is to set yourself up for a really hard time, and maybe even failure, when you can totally do it. You have all the creative genius you need, but if you make it hard on yourself, it'll be hard. So that is my little tip for today. I hope it helped you. If it did, go ahead and click the link on the little description there. That is a place to join my Facebook group, which is called Empowerme for writers and creatives. And we support each other, we provide inspiration, and of course I'm a coach, so I provide lots of stuff as well. And I hope this was really helpful to you. If it was, please comment. I'd love to hear that. And please share this video if you think it'd be helpful for you or anyone else. And I hope you have a fabulous Sunday. Take care, and I'll see you next time.